Let's see. Boom. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, any of the Pauls, I don't care. Okay. Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan, when are they ever... Can Ilia just fight Islam, please? Thank you. Ja, nu börjar de där ute. Good. Bam! And we are live, guys. What's up in the box? Oh no. So, Jake Paul's... Oh, my share. Okay. Jake Paul's jaw is broken as fuck. God made Tate lose. Boxing, UFC. What we're gonna talk about? It's good? We're good? We talk good? Okay. Stänger vi av den här. Boom. Fantastic. Oh! I forgot my glasses. Whoa. Boom. I mean, Jake's definitely not gonna retire. I can bet you on that. I'm like 80% sure he's gonna fight Canelo next. Maybe he's back in a year, 8 months, maybe longer, who knows. But I think Canelo is next for Jake Paul, 100%. Okay, maybe not 100%, but you know what I mean. Bam. Ooh. Oh, and it's good. Yeah, it works. Fantastic. I mean, we heard talks about, do you want Crawford and Canelo to fight again, maybe? It was a schooling kind of the first time, so I don't know about that. I mean, Crawford is retired. But does retirements ever last anymore? Kind of don't. Maybe Crawford is gonna do the Floyd Wright, do 75 exhibitions, and now my parents are screaming and annoying the fuck out of me. Boom. Is it charging? Jesus. The world is a crazy place. Oh, yes, we have someone here. Yes. Simply trolling. Thank you. Let's go. This is what I mean. Jesus, let's hope the streams can go back to action. Like what? Yeah, and just tell me if the mic, if I should get closer or further away, anything. I want to see Jake and Tommy again, since Jake has improved. I 100% agree with that. Absolutely. The thing is, Jake, two things happened in the first fight with Jake and Tommy. Jake, I mean, I just, in my last recording, in the part 2 that I haven't dropped yet, I looked at the Silva fight with Jake. That was his last fight before the Tommy fight. And Jake, like, for someone who had been boxing for like 4 years and was so new in the sport, and facing someone like Silva that, you know, he's not one of those MMA guys that just goes over to boxing like Woodley, Nate, any of these guys, even Connor. Silva, you know, had boxing experience before he was in the UFC. And he had just a year earlier, clearly beaten former boxing world champion Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He clearly beat him. Like, Silva, even still decent, but Silva in 2022 was a like very decent, good boxer. And they went back and forth, and Jake landed good on him. Combinations. Most of Jake's fight have been trying to set up the overhand, and Jake have never looked like the most naturally gifted boxer. I would say someone like Logan, his bro. Probably early on, how he have moved, and especially how he looked against Floyd. I would probably say Logan is more the natural boxer, but of course Jake has put in the hours and loves boxing. So with the Silva fight, that was my point. So Jake isn't a natural, moving around a lot, head movement, bam, like Silva, Tommy, whoever. The natural thing for him is really set up the whole overhand, jab a bit, very basic, more even like an MMA boxer. But in that Silva fight, that's when he really like came out of his shell, and combinations, body, boom, hard, bam, and dropped Silva in the last round. Fantastic performance. So I know Silva and Tommy isn't the same fighter. I know Tommy moves in a different way. He, probably the better boxer, fast, quick, long combinations. But still, Jake, I don't know, like Jake came in looking flat as hell in that Tommy fight. So the rematch would be really interesting. And Tommy in that fight, let's not forget, Tommy had not been impressive at all before that fight. He went to decision with the guy that is in Misfits now, Anthony Taylor, former like Bellator. Like, he was trash in MMA, so he's not even a boxer. Tommy struggled with him and, went the distance with him. And, were very early on several of Tyson Fury's undercards. No one showed up for him. Very, very average, unforgettable performances from Tommy. So in that Jake fight, Jake looked kind of worse since, his last fight with Silva. And Tommy looked like better than ever. Probably Tommy's best performance ever. So two things really happened. And of course you can say the reason Jake looked much worse compared to like the Silva fight was because Tommy really showed up and had his best performance. And there's a mix of all, but we know with sickness, training camps, every fighter in both like boxing and MMA have excuses going into every single fight. If it's if they or someone just died, or they are arguing with their girlfriend, they have a bad injury, just camp didn't go, on just that night they woke up and they didn't feel good. They felt pretty trash, off. So but absolutely, Tommy have been so inactive. Talk about not capitalizing on in 1 year, beating Jake Paul and beating KSI. Like, if we talk about, because Tommy knows and has known for years, which of course we know as well, he's not a top level boxer. Like, he was a while ranked above Vidal Riley. For those guys who know him, he's a legit boxer, KSI's former coach. He would get smoked by Vidal, and like he's not world level. The thing that he said like before and after the Jake fights about going for world titles and I'm gonna end influence boxing, that's a load of BS. Because he didn't have anything else. And after the two fights after Jake and KSI, I'm the boss now. I decide everything. Tommy, without a name like Jake or KSI, you were opening like as one of the first few fights at Tyson Fury's cards with like barely anyone showing up. The stadium was basically empty. I mean, go look up the footage from his fights, before the Jake fight. And even I think did he fight Anthony Taylor maybe on the Jake and the Jake and Tyron Woodley card, the first one. And of course, pulled out twice against Jake like a bitch. But he's not a draw. He's not a big name. Molly May. People in the UK apparently say that Molly May, his now ex, but girlfriend at the time, was like the bigger name, that she like had the pants in the family. I hope I'm not missing any things in the chat, because it has been not working or lagging before, but I think it's fine now. Of course, I saw Simply Trolling's message before, and Zach, what's up, fam? What's up, fam? Woo woo! Subscribe to Low Blow MMA. No, so like Tommy, I don't remember the exact amount, but he denied a rematch against Jake, and they offered him. We talk about millions of dollars, and he said, "No, I'm good." So they was like, "Okay, we're moving on." And he fought other guys. If it was Tyson, I think even Tommy was in the talks for the Netflix card, the one that he fought Mike Tyson in. So Tommy has really fumbled his career. Really fumbled. But I mean, it is what it is. It's like, dude, why didn't you take the Jake rematch and like beat him again? Anyone watching Rising New Year event? Rising. I actually have no idea. Do you guys remember wasn't it Rising event back in 2018 where Floyd fought like a very young, undefeated or something, elite kickboxer, and he just smoked. The thing is, Floyd, who is tiny as fuck, so tiny, he was the big guy in that fight. That I mean, we know Asians are so small, but that kickboxer was so small. That wasn't that the Rising New Year's event, like the first one they had, or the first big. I think it was. Yeah, it was in 2018. That was sad. He made the guy cry. But no, I'm not watching the Rising New Year event. I actually don't know much about it. I don't think. I am an MMA fan, but I mean, now we have had, like, we thought it would be 6 horrible, quiet weeks without the UFC, but back to back in like 24 hours, having Jake and AJ, and then Fury. No, what am I saying? And then Tate and Chase DeMoor. Fantastic. Right? Oh, how is the screen here? Oh. I don't know. Haha. Oh, Alvin is here. What's up, fam? Joshua should have treated this situation better. What do you mean better? Do you mean that he should have knocked out Jake earlier? Or what did AJ do? Alvin, your hater. Guys, we have a big hater in chat. No, no, I don't know. Okay, let's put down this because this so fantastic. I mean, that's kind of the talk online, right? If people aren't talking about Jake being, in the hospital, getting, surgery and everything. Simply told how. Yeah. Hello, Tina. Hello. AJ was laughing instead of dropping him. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't think AJ didn't start to laugh until like when was it? Until he finished him in the 6th. I mean, he didn't. I don't think he started to laugh until like the 4th or 5th. I think, because for people saying the fight was rigged and everything is so delusional. Because if people say that the fight was rigged and everything, and he just held back his punches, then you are saying that AJ was paid to hold back, but still throw hard as fuck and just trust that Jake would in time barely get away from the shots because he threw bombs the early first rounds. And he was supposed to hold back, but he also threw hard as fuck body shots. And some shots that even landed in the early rounds. And then he started to act like he was frustrated. Like, you just hear the rabbit hole that you have to go down. If you just look at the fight, AJ he looked so frustrated. You saw in his face, like, dude, why can't I get this guy out of here? And listen, I don't put a lot of blame on AJ. I think this is a fight where, I mean, I don't think you have to shit on either guy. I think you can look at it simple as Jake did good. He survived longer than Francis Ngannou, first of all, but he survived until the 6th round. He landed good shots on AJ. Very good for someone who's a natural light heavyweight and so forth. And he also showed, like, guys, let's be honest. What do you think about this? Because I can't figure this stuff out. It's one thing to have a good chin, but Jake showed a better chin than so many other, like, heavyweights that AJ has kind of flatlined. If it was Ilias, he flatlined right with a right hook. He flatlined White with a uppercut. He flatlined Ngannou with that right hand. I probably have flatlined other people also. But for Jake, who's, like, let's be honest, Jake is a natural light heavyweight. He's not even a cruiserweight. He has so much more body fat than an elite fighter would have in both, like, light heavyweight and cruiserweight. So with Jake's chin, I have no idea what, like, he probably is cussing or something with, for you guys that are MMA fans, he probably is cussing with Marvin Vettori or something, because that chin is insane. But also, AJ had been out for 15 months. So it makes sense that, so I'm not throwing giant amounts of blame on AJ. Jake was moving good. Jake is underrated. Jake is better than people give him credit for. It's just the truth. And yeah, AJ, 15 months out of the ring, got knocked out the last time. I would imagine, even if it's Jake, you're not as confident as... Okay, because look, AJ's worst thing about him is his mentality. When he was undefeated, and he just was finishing everyone or clearly beating them. I mean, he didn't finish guys like Joseph Parker, but clearly beat everyone. When you're that dominant and finishing most guys or dominating, he had, like, no fear. So when he got in there with little fat Mexican Andy Ruiz, you just saw, like, I don't know if it was it third round he dropped Ruiz good? Bam, 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 whatever it was. And then when Ruiz got up, he was like, dude, I'm undefeated, no one can beat me, no one can... Okay, he has been hurt before, but, like, this little fat Mexican, fuck no, I'm just gonna go in and knock him out. I dropped him, and now I'm gonna flatline him, like he did, like, Ngannou and other White before that. And he got overconfident, because he had never lost, got in there, and boom, there come the fast Mexican taco flurry from Andy Ruiz, and hurt him, and he was shocked, and he couldn't recover. And since that fight, for many years, people talked about AJ never returned to the fighter he was before that defeat. He fought too much. He didn't want to commit in the same way. He wasn't as aggressive. So, of course, in the next fight, where you would want to think that AJ comes in, shows him respect, but comes in for vengeance, for revenge. I'm gonna... Especially when Andy Ruiz turned up so overweight. He already was a fat fuck, but so overweight for rematch. And AJ, he didn't let himself commit. He just stayed on range and jabbed and landed some punches, and won a pretty uneventful 12-rounder. And of course, after that, he had a decent performance against that Russian guy, right? Pulev. And of course, after that, lost to Usyk. Mental down again. Had a pretty stinky, I believe, decision against... Was it the black dude? I don't remember his name. Then he had also a pretty uneventful fight against Ilias, but of course knocked him out. And this was, around the time where he trained with he got coached by Ben Davison. So, and then he got into his next fight and had one of the best performances in a while, and made Fury look like a bitch, because the guy that gave Fury hell and cut him bad, and that fight could have been stopped. AJ went in there against Otto Wallin, a Swedish dude, Otto Wallin, and no respect, hands down, and destroyed him. Then destroyed Ngannou. And coming back to the mental stuff, after all, what is it called? Yeah, after all that confidence of being on a, at that time, 4-fight win streak, I believe, after the Ngannou fight, then he goes in there against Dubois, who he sees like a, someone who has sparred years before, a younger guy. You're not on my level, you haven't done what I've done. And he comes in with hands down. This is the mental stuff again. That he was, from being too passive, too overconfident. There's like always one extreme with AJ, many fights. So now even when Dubois pushes him forward, and you see clear as day, okay, Dubois is pushing forward and he's gonna throw a bomb anytime. And AJ is moving, good, of course, but hands down here, and boom! Dubois lands the easiest right hand of his career, and from that point, the fight was over. So, yeah, so now coming, that the point was proving that AJ has had his mental stuff his entire career, and in mostly, or very often, a negative way after the Reese loss. 50 months off, he probably wasn't as confident as usual. He had all the stuff about, like, dude, if he loses to a pro boxer, his career isn't over. If he loses to and I'm not even saying that Jake isn't the boxer, but you know what I mean. If he loses to Jake, he's like, it's over. His legacy is done. He embarrasses boxing. I mean, Ngannou already embarrassed boxing hard as fuck against Fury when he beat him. We know boxing is corrupt, but insane that Fury got that decision. Please, and I'm gonna answer everything you guys have typed. I'm just gonna finish this with the Jake fight quick. Please type if you think Fury beat Ngannou, because I thought that was insane. But I'm not surprised, because boxing is trash and rigged. But still, or rigged. Sorry, rigged. Corrupt judges. Not rigged, corrupt judges. So, what was I thinking? With the Jake fight. Sometimes I get this fucking blur. Wait, give me 1 sec. Jake fight. Yeah. So he had all the thoughts about Jake. Oh my god, if I lose to this guy, it's over. I'm rusty, 50 months off. Got knocked out in my last fight. So I think, because if it actually would have been interesting if technically AJ is probably the best he has ever been, or if he peaked in technique during the Usyk fights, the like rematch. He slimmed down a lot and everything. But in this fight, if it would have been interesting if the AJ that fought like Klitschko, or around that time, undefeated AJ finishing most guys knockout. If that guy went in against this Jake, I would imagine. I think he would have. The thing is, AJ is more mature now and more technical. So maybe, listen, AJ, it could have been that he knocked out Jake like first, second, even just threw bombs and didn't have this thing about, I'm gonna gas out. Just threw bombs. And Jake couldn't take it. But also, who knows, maybe that recklessness and not showing Jake any respect, maybe that would have, I don't know, could Jake have thrown bomb after bomb after bomb and maybe not knocked out, but hurt AJ? Sooner or later, maybe, who knows. But, very interesting situation. Even though Jake did a tremendous job as well, AJ said himself he should have made it happen earlier. Yeah, for sure. And dude, I love AJ. I think AJ's personality, dude, he's literally the opposite to Fury. Fury can go fucking sad. And I love cocky fighters. I love McGregor. I love Ilia. It's not that, but Fury is just such a bomb. Dude, honestly, you're losing to Ngannou. I don't care if you beat AJ next. I don't care if you beat Usyk in some random trilogy. You're a bitch. Sorry, you're a bitch. And you're a fat fuck also. And I can say that because I'm overweight, but I'm not a pro boxer. I'm a YouTuber, so I put in do like most of my days, editing now or recording or thinking about something, doing a short. I'm putting in so much time on YouTube, it's crazy. So in the same way that I would do that, I would put so much time, like all my time, almost, realistically, a lot of time, if I was a pro boxer. And I I would eat well, and I would train well, and I wouldn't look like Tyson Fury. Jesus. But yeah, that's what I love and respect about AJ. Like, of course, like he was honest, and when he was in the face-to-face with Jake, do you think Jake is on your level? No. And he was, straight up, no, he's not on my level. And after the fight, yeah, I should have finished him earlier. I should have. It wasn't the best performance, but we got the win, and we're moving on. Stay hungry, stay humble, That's the thing. So yeah, I probably agree with you, Alvin. Jake made the fight tough for AJ, but I won't... What? Yeah, tough for AJ, but it won't because of Jake. But what? Simply trolling. What? Jake was like an annoying ass fly at a picnic. You can say that. Oh, I still think it's pretty dilute. Honestly, I'm not saying this specifically about you, Mr. Simply Trolling. But if you like sit here and say and like honestly think Jake shouldn't have moved a lot, and he should have, like walked straight towards AJ and thrown, back and forth bombs. If you think that should have been Jake's strategy, or just that's what you wanted to see, like either you are just a Jake hater, or you just... I mean, sure, I guess you don't have to be a hater. I get the other perspective could be that you just want to have an entertaining fight, and I get that. But like, if we just think like, if a fighter thinks, okay, what? This is a long conversation we could have, but Jake, like, what else should he have done? Like, if you were Jake, if you guys were Jake in there with AJ, with his skill level and his size and his experience level, like, what do you think he should have done? Subscribe to Lowblow MMA. Guys, welcome to the stream, new people. Let's go, boys. But yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I'm saying again. What do you think Jake should have done different? If you were Jake Paul, I'm not, and I will say this again because people get so frustrated. I'm not. You know what? I'm taking that back. I have said that many times, and I was about to say it again. I'm not the Jake Paul fanboy. You know what? I think I am. The more times I have to say that, I'm not a Jake Paul fanboy, and I see all these retards in my like comment sections on that Jake AJ video about about how Jake sucks and all this random BS. Yeah, you know what? I'm a fan of Jake. I don't think Jake is a bad person at all. And if you think so, please tell me why, because I don't think you would have a good reason. He has definitely done a lot for boxing. He has brought in more views to boxing, more money to boxing. Like, so many big fights. So he have definitely helped boxing. Remember, Jake came into the boxing space and made all these, big money fights, huge fights, when boxing was kind of dead. Remember that. When Jake knocked out Nate Robinson, for example, like, this was during COVID, everything was shut down. Not many, of course, UFC was doing their thing, but boxing was, nothing was happening. AJ had one fight there in 2020. Of course, it was on the Mike and Roy Jones Jr. card. But after that card, people weren't talking about Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson. They were talking about Jake Paul flatlining a black guy. Oh, do you guys remember that? The racism thing? That Jake went on like a show or something, like via Zoom or something, after the Nate Robinson fight, and they were like, do you think it's racist of you to to knock out. Do you think that it was racist that you knocked out a black guy, or that you knocked out Nate Robinson? The most left-wing, low IQ, retard thing I've heard in my life. So dumb. So dumb. So dumb. But you know, those people unfortunately live in our world. It is what it is. But yeah, Jake's the man. Should we talk about something else? Maybe we could continue with the Jake stuff. I mean, we have some stuff to talk about, definitely. And guys, subscribe if you like boxing content, you know, Jake Paul content. Subscribe for that. Usually I cover a lot of UFC, MMA, drama news, all the fight cards. So yeah, subscribe for that. Low blow MMA content every day. I just dropped my Jake Paul career video, how it led to Anthony Joshua fight. I dropped the part 1 yesterday. Please go in and check it out. And in like a day, 2 days, I'm dropping part 2. That's like the most I spent on a video ever. So subscribe for that if you want. And yeah, cover a lot of UFC. And basically, if you're based, if you like Ilia Topuria, Conor McGregor, you think Jones Adesanya is gay faggots, if you hate the Dagestanis, if you hate women's MMA, this is the channel for you. And now people are coming in, and this is what I mean. Ooh, come on. This is what I mean. Day after Christmas. I think it's Christmas maybe for the Americans. Maybe. Come on, this is what I want. Talk to me. Talk to me. Yeah? I mean, we could go to the... Should we go to the Andrew Tate stuff maybe? Or Ilia Topuria? I mean, we could talk about whatever you guys feel. But, let's see here. I just thought it was hilarious, Andrew Tate saying that he couldn't believe why he gassed. Listen, I like Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is based. I don't know, could we still call him Top G? I don't know. Top L? I don't know if we like that. But for you guys, because Andrew Tate is a Muslim, right? So if we have any Muslims here in chat, what do you guys think about him saying that Allah, I guess, made him lose? Is it Allah? God, in any way, made Andrew Tate lose. Very interesting statement. So God was like, I'm not gonna look at all the gun violence, all the innocent people getting killed, essayed. I'm not gonna look at the starving children in Africa, not the like slaves in Asia, Africa, whatever. I'm gonna make sure Chase DeMoor gets the win. Dude, like, I wanna see, can someone like make that out of AI or something? God being in the sky, in this case, I guess Allah, because Andrew Tate is Muslim. Allah sitting, do this with AI, Allah sitting in the sky, in his office. Or, he's maybe not in the sky, right? That's Christianity, I don't know. He sits in his, Allah Akbar shit. And he sits there in his office, and like, okay, what we gonna help on Earth today? Starving children, no. Gun violence, no. Genocide, no. War, no. The slaves in Africa, starving children, no. Oh, Andrew Tate, hey brother, Andrew Tate, Chase DeMoor, make sure our Muslim friend Andrew Tate, he loses. I think this good boxer, Chase DeMoor, he should win. Maybe Chase DeMoor is a... Dude, I think Chase DeMoor turned to Islam. I think so. I think Chase DeMoor turned to Islam before this fight and turned Allah on his side. That's why Anthony Joshua was... No, Anthony Joshua. That's why Andrew Tate was so confident, because he knew he had talked to God. He had talked to Allah. We're on the same side. I'm gonna win. I know it. That's why he didn't even train. He didn't even train much. So Chase DeMoor then pulled a fast one and turned Allah on Andrew Tate and took him for himself. And now Chase DeMoor is the winner. He has 6 wives, and he's gonna attack a city. That's what I think. I ain't a Jake hater at all. Simply trolling, did you type that like now or like 30 seconds ago? I ain't a Jake hater at all. Because if you type that like 5-10 minutes ago, then we have a problem. I hope the chat isn't so I'm not like missing a lot. Guys, I'm reading every comment. I just don't hope it lags or anything, so I actually get everything. Jesus. Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, Andrew Tate is funny. Can I do an... Like, I'm decent with impression, Andrew Tate. You broke! You broke! You fucking poor! What color is your bugay? What color is your bugay? What was it he said? I got tired. If I didn't get tired, I would have won. Would I have beaten Chase when I was 23 kickboxer? Of course I would. I know. That's what he said at least. But it's funny. Nah, I had paused a few minutes. Ah. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't know, like, you do whatever you want, but it's probably better, right, to... Because if you pause, then you don't follow the live stuff. I mean, I don't know. You do whatever you want. You're good, you're good. You're good. Yeah, it's fantastic, people. Subscribe. I mean, tell me down below, actually. It's not even... I don't even have to tell you guys what I... Like, you guys already know I cover... MMA, some boxing, Andrew Tate, Jake Paul, all the good stuff, drama, hottest women's MMA, community posts, shorts, everything. But even, guys, you can tell me in chat, like, what do you enjoy? What do you want me to cover? It was because of phone call. Damn, dude. Simply trolling is getting girls calling him all the time. And he's like, girls, listen, I get we're gonna smash in like an hour. I just need to get Low Blow MMA stream first. When he cuts off the stream, then we do the freeway immediately. Based the new top G, Simply Trolling. Fantastic. Oh yeah. I love it. I'm married with 2 kids. Oh, I'm so sorry. Dude, how old are your kids? Get them on... make them both YouTube accounts. And then you say, if you guys don't comment and like on every Low Blow MMA video and stream and short, and you don't subscribe, then you don't get your like weekly money. Do you say that in English? Like, your allowance? I don't know. or disown you. Nah, I don't know. I'm kidding. But good for you, man. Dude, I always forget people's age. Were you the guy that was... You're in your 30s, maybe? Good for you, man. Yeah, dude, I think it's fantastic, amazing that people that that there's not like just teenagers and people around my age. There's actually like one guy I typed that I commented with back and forth like a few months ago, were in his like 50s, 60s, no 50s, I think 50s, and apparently some in their 40s, some in their 30s. Not that 30s is far away. I'm 25. That's just a few years away. But yeah, I love that mixed type of audience. Fantastic. Maybe we should go over to Ilia Topuria. How old are you? I just turned 25 now in December. I'm 25. I don't know if I look 25. Like for a big, like since I was pretty early in puberty. So like from 12-ish, from 12 years old forward, it seemed like many people thought that I was like a year or two older than I actually was. Also because, like, for example, my best friend for a long time, we're still good friends, but the guy that I went to school with and the same class with and everything, he people always said, or some girls, my ex-girlfriends, thought that he had like a baby face. And of course now you see that I have a bit stub, beard is coming soon, mustache, and I started to get, small amounts of you know, a bit, just a little bit, just a little, some hair coming here, some hair coming here. When I was, you know, 16, 17, and there was like, oh, you look more manly, and the other guy, you have baby face. So I think also when we come into 2020 and forward, when I really started to grow more facial hair, I think that really made people like, okay, you're older, because facial hair makes people look older, I guess. But yeah, I'm 25. How old are you, man? I've probably asked you thousands of times. I don't have bad memory. I have too good memory. I remember like dates even sometimes. I always remember years when stuff happened. I often remember the specific month. But yeah, anyway. The Ilia Topuria thing, like, it irritates the hell out of me, with Ilia and his wife, that if this is just another BS, believe all women, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard stuff, then dude, that pisses me off so much. I hate that stuff. And if we're gonna lose, listen, we don't want to see more high-level champs like Conor McGregor lose their prime. Conor, guys, think back when Conor. Maybe you guys weren't watching. I weren't watching at the time. I was only like 15 or 16. But when Conor schooled Eddie Alvarez and became the double champion, imagine after that, like, if you know, he fought Tony, even win or loss, who knows? But he fought Tony in his prime. Khabib, you know, during that time when both were, you know, active high-level fighters, and Conor hadn't spent 2 years in boxing. So if he fought Tony, he fought Khabib, he fought Dustin in the rematch in 2018 maybe or something, you know, when both were with the Conor McGregor that fought, he wasn't even that bouncy, but the Conor that fought Eddie Alvarez. And if you haven't watched that fight, go and watch it. If you haven't watched it in a while, refresh. Probably, or maybe and I'm not talking about best fights, but probably my favorite fight, maybe. Just to go back and watch. Just, you know, I'm a big Conor fan, like, who isn't, and, you know, just how clean it was. Oh, I just spat on the phone. I just spat on it. Sorry. Oh, now it's shaking, but it's over now, sorry. Yeah, you're 35. Fan. Oh, dude. Dude, now, with all new technology, you're still in your prime, man. You can become an MMA fighter, 100%. Especially in the high, I don't know, are you like, would you, simply trolling, would you be like a natural middleweight? If you're middleweight up, you can become an MMA fighter, 100%. Yeah, like, tell me, guys, what do you think about the whole Ilia Topuria wife situation? Also the Arman stuff. I mean, I think it's honestly retarded that Arman would say, okay, so it makes total sense that Ilia would say, okay, my wife is accusing me of like the worst thing you can get accused of, like as a father, and what you do to your kid's mother. So he's accused of this terrible thing, and all these lies and rumors and statements are coming out, and she posted weird stuff on her social media about it, like photos, right? So he want to protect his kids. He want to deal with this, and probably deal with it as fast as he can, so he can get, you know, put his kids in a good situation, fix his personal life, and then get back to fighting. So of course, when he is doing all his court stuff, listen, I want him to fight, but of course it makes total sense that Ilia wouldn't be in a position now to fight. Makes total sense. Please tell me if you disagree, or what's your thoughts are on it. So then Arman is okay. So because Ilia is doing like an interview, I don't know exactly how long the interview was, but even if it's 20 minutes, an hour, like then Arman is saying that I mean, Arman is brain dead. He's just an imp. He has no thinking ability. He has no impulse control. But it's a big difference from spending like an hour on an interview and spending like 12 weeks constantly training, you know, recovery, sleep, eat, all that stuff. So many fighters say that even when you're a fighter overall, but especially when you're in a training camp, it's so hard to focus. You can't be like emotional, like mentally there with your family. It's so hard because the fighter is so locked in, and they are only thinking about the fight, especially at this kind of high level. So of course it makes sense that Ilia wouldn't fight now at the same time. But of course he has time to like go and do a interview. And like, of course, dude, of course Ilia will, like, if he sits with lawyers and this bullshit and talks all day, if it's his lawyer, if it's with, I don't know, police, cops, his kids, if he has to deal with some more BS from his wife or some social media stuff, or even when he does interviews, having to answer and talk about this dumb situation. Of course, like, he would go insane if he does that 24/7. Listen, I hate Merab, F Merab, but of course he's good friends with Merab, or decent friends. They are countrymen, both from Georgia. Of course it makes sense for him to go and train with Merab. Have a fun time. You know, just get the endorphins out and everything. You know, you get this kind of boost in, what is it, hormones or whatever it is when you train and work out. Like, go and spar lightly, go and train, get some sweat going, laughing and having fun with Merab. Of course he needs that. And then Arman is on social media and be like, oh, you can do this interview, you can go and train, and you can... Not even Arman. I see so many fans, or just Ilia haters, if you should call them that, or inbred lovers, I don't know what you should call them. It's a mix of both. I mean, they are the same thing. Yeah, like, oh, you can go around and do interviews, and you have time for interviews, you have time to train with Merab, but you don't have time to defend your title. Let's say he trains with Merab for 2 days. An interview, an hour, let's say, and you're comparing that to 12-week training camp. You fucking imps. You fucking imps. Like, come on, man. It's so dumb. Like, why do I have to defend that shit? It's so dumb. Oh, stop. Hello. Oh. Yeah, I just think it's retarded. But, you know, people... I tried... No. What is going on? Sorry. Hello. Oh, there we go. I'm just gonna boom. So, bam. So, I'm back. I'm back in black, but I'm still pale. I'm sorry. Yeah. Guys, have you what have been like your favorite fight moment from 2025? It could be in boxing also, or if you want to talk about, yeah, MMA, UFC. I mean, when I think about the UFC in 2025, Alex Pereira having his vengeance in, I don't know what it was. Was it a minute and a half, something against Ankalaev? Holy fuck, man. That was amazing. Dude, you see that I have glasses now. I have been dealing with so much pain for the last like 3 months in my eyes. It's better now because I didn't know that I needed glasses. But, so I couldn't like post anything. I was just laying here in pain and agony. But I got such an like energy, endorphin, whatever you want to call it, boost when Alex Pereira knocked out Ankalaev. I got such a boost, and yeah, so it managed to, you know, take away the pain for a moment, and I recorded like I think it's the 3rd most viewed video on my channel. I'm just gonna take some paper here quick, but yeah, like I just recorded for like 2-3 minutes, posted it up, and yeah, for my channel it went great. As I said, top 3 best viewed videos on my channel. So yeah, Ankalaev Pereira for me, definitely one of the highlights of 2025. Please tell me here in the chat what you guys think, and please subscribe to the channel. I can actually update this. I mean, how Ilia finished Oliveira, I thought was like peak. Oh, now I'm spitting again. How Ilia Topuria finished Oliveira, I think was kind of peak MMA. That's what I would say. Kind of peak MMA. And I mean, when we look at like the worst moments of the year, as usual, we kind of go back to the inbreds, right? Am I wrong? We had Islam and Shimaev. Oh, now people are We had Islam and Chimaev stinking up the place. Like, Jesus, man. Those fights were horrible. Guys, I'm trying to talk about like the highlights or lowlights of 2025. We can talk about Arman, Ilia, Tate, Jake Paul, whatever you guys want to talk about. Just type. But I currently thought about like what are your guys' favorite moments, boxing, UFC, whatever you want to say in 2025. I said Pereira finishing Ankalaev was amazing. I got such an energy boost from that. Ilias, Oliveira KO was fantastic. As I said, Chimaev, Islam, trash fights, horrible to watch. Also, one funny thing from that, JDM was he the first fighter in like a title fight? Kind of visibly crying. I don't even know if he was crying. He was just doing such a weird face. But I mean, shit happens, I guess. Poor Australia, man. They did so good for so long, and then he started to cry. 50 minutes? Okay. okay. Yeah. Oh, I mean, many Angs winning, right? Tony in boxing. Romero is doing great. I mean, he's knocking some dudes out, winning wrestling matches. Romero is actually gonna wrestle Bo Nickel. So that's fantastic. That sounds good. Rockhold and Colby gonna wrestle also, right? Yeah, as I said, Tony back in business, winning boxing, but just beat the shit out of Warren Spencer, I think his name is. Volkanovski schooling Lopez. Speaking of that, I hate the Volk Lopez fight. Guys, do you agree with me? Like, I'm not mad about Arman not getting a title fight. I'm not mad about Gaethje Paddy. I'm not even mad if it's true that Usman is getting the title fight against Islam. He's not deserving. It shouldn't be the fight, but that's a fight you would just love to see. Usman versus Islam. I have been thinking about that before. So, I'm not saying like we have problems in the UFC, many big problems, but it doesn't genuinely piss me off. But Volk Lopez makes my blood turn into poison or something. It boils. And I'm melting. That's what I feel right now. Jesus. I'm getting tired for all the emotional screaming. I just think it's so big. Like the problem is Volk's next loss could be his retirement. He could, after his next loss, he could be like, I had a good run, guys. This is it for me. Thank you. Whatever he sounds like. And, he's just getting older. Lopez, probably getting into his prime now. Lopez could unfortunately flatline him. And it would be so sad. Because the last time, this is in Australia, right? Because the last time Volk fought in Australia must have been the Islam fight where he lost. Robbed, maybe not, depending on who you are. That would be so sad if that's Volk's career. Losing in Australia to Islam, losing in Australia to Lopez. Holy cow. Subscribe for that. Content every day. If you're based, if you hate women's MMA, if you hate the Dagestanis, this is the channel for you. Yeah, I don't know, man. Jesus. Huh? It's gonna be really interesting to see, like, with Jake. I believe they said that he had... Did he have, like, with Jake's jaw surgery, I think they put in 4 metal plates, whatever they say. So how is this gonna affect his next fight? Who knows? I have a strong feeling his next fight is Canelo. I have a really strong gut feeling. Like, dude, 6 months ago, whatever it was, like earlier this year, they were basically locked in. They were this close to making Canelo and Jake. like Canelo was on. Canelo wanted the Jake fight. Jake wanted the Canelo fight. So of course it's gonna happen. Especially now, Canelo has 0 belts. When was the last time Canelo had no belts? Like, it's pretty insane. And the boxing, you know, WEC, WBA, all these motherfuckers, they are probably pissed that they're money boy, or they probably like Canelo, most of them. That Crawford is pissed off Canelo, took all the belts, and just retired. Could be so he can fight Jake Paul. I think Terence Crawford had shown some interest before in fighting Jake, right? Or at least being like, I would fight Jake, and Jake has been talking also several times about, yeah, dude, I would fight Terence Crawford, 100%. So yeah, I mean, what's the options for Jake? I mean, of course, the thing is, KSI fight, will it ever happen? Who knows? Will like the Darren Till, dude, Jake versus Darren Till, I would love to see. That's probably my number 1 or 2, maybe not number 1. Just I like entertainment, skill, hype, big names, competitive fight. I mean, I think Till versus Jake would be that would be amazing. I would love to see Till versus Jake in boxing. Of course, the Tommy rematch, I guess. I want to see it, but the more I talk about Tommy, I don't want to see Tommy get like, he don't deserve shit. Talk about fucking up your career, beating KSI and Jake back to back inside like 8 months, and then sitting on your ass and declining millions of dollars on Netflix for a rematch against Jake. You absolute retard. That's mental. And also going to decisions with KSI and Jake when you are trained since you were a kid, and you also lost to KSI and KSI got robbed. I don't care what anyone say. That's a statement I will die on. KSI won the Tommy Fury fight. I will die on that. Like, it was 6 rounds fight. Even if you give it, you can you can give it. I think I had it 3-3, but they took away a point in like the second round or something for Tommy, which means KSI wins. So what is it for Tommy to win that fight? How is it? Because, oh my god, for Tommy to win that fight, yeah, because if it's so, okay, if he wins 4 rounds to. Okay, he has to win 4 rounds. 4 rounds to 2. Then it becomes like 3 rounds to 2 because he loses. Okay, yeah. So if you say that Tommy beat KSI, then you're saying that Tommy won 4 rounds, which I think is insane. But shit happens, man. I don't know, other people in the do Jake versus Tony next. Maybe not. Oh, I'm so tired in my eyes, I think. Jesus. Jake versus Tony would. I mean, Tony's looking good, but maybe not against a bulked up Jake. I mean, Andrew Tate versus Jake would have been a fight you are. Actually, I mean, Jake, I imagine would like kill Tate in the boxing ring. But maybe Logan Paul versus Andrew Tate, who has beefed a lot. Those are actually the guys that has the beef. Jake and Tate doesn't seem to mind each other. Wouldn't that be like the fight, maybe? Andrew Tate versus Logan Paul. I think that's actually a good matchup, I think. Or who else could you like? Okay, first of all, for Tate not to be. Like, I don't know. I definitely get the argument that Tate should rematch Chase DeMoor. Because if he can come in, like, we don't know exactly, like, did he train bad or whatever, but now he has fought. He won't come off a long layoff. more activity, already had a fight against him, already had a training camp. If he comes in again in a rematch against Chase, and I don't know how much he could switch up. I don't know if he would, because if he came in there and fought, I would finish Chase in the inside 3 rounds. Let's say that, or maybe inside the first 2. And when he didn't, when Tate didn't finish Chase in the first 2, then like everything just went down, and he was like, "Oh fuck, I haven't finished him, and I'm so tired." I'm so gassed. So if he comes in with the mentality of actually, dude, if I go to decision, I go to decision. I have to pace myself. Let's start slow, or whatever his new strategy would be. That's probably the best bet for Tate. But other people in that scene, I'm thinking weight-wise, like who was the do like Andrew Tate versus Wade Concept versus Wade Plem. Andrew Tate versus HS Tiki-Toki maybe, or would HS smoke him? I'm thinking about like guys that has fought. Who are the bigger guys in like Misfits? So like, oh wait, I mean Silva would probably destroy me, but like Silva versus Tate. Actually, a fight I typed about with one of the guys that always like comments on the videos. Andrew Tate versus Tyron Woodley. That Andrew Tate should probably win that. Tate versus Woodley? No? I don't know, man. Jesus. But when it comes of pro fighters for Jake to fight next, I already said Canelo, Crawford. I would be surprised if he goes for Tank again. Him and Ryan Garcia could fight. They have talked trash and stuff. Also, like, who is there a heavyweight that you could see Jake beat? Like, is Derek Chisora retired? Like Dillian White, maybe? Like one of these, like, slow, maybe older, lower level. Jake could maybe beat someone. Okay, someone that doesn't have much power for heavyweight. Like Otto Wallin, maybe? Otto Wallin. Or maybe you can flatline Ngannou. I don't know, man. Jesus. It's a hard not life for you, for me. Yeah, man. I don't know, like, I don't think we have got any big news today. Like some breaking stuff. I don't think so. Like if I look here quick, I mean, we're always getting some updates with Jake and his like jaw injury, of course. He was on Impulsive yesterday. Did you guys check it out? Impulsive? No, it doesn't seem like it. I looked through X earlier, but no. Jesus. Oh, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Oh, dude, I'm tired as fuck. No one is typing. What the fuck's going on? Okay, this is definitely the best stream of the last 4 or 5 or whatever it was. I definitely have been. This is good. It's good. Not just a lot of typing, guys. Have you just... It's fine. Guys, you guys that are still here, go click on my channel, check out my latest video. How I go through Jake Paul's boxing career, part 1. How Jake Paul's boxing career led him to Anthony Joshua. I think this is one of the better stuff I've done. So click on that, my latest video about Jake Paul. Good stuff. And if you're not interested in that, there's loads of other videos, live streams, community posts, Do whatever you want. So like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I think I'll be streaming for an hour. Yeah. I'm so tired. I think that's good for today. It's good. So yeah, peace guys. Check out my latest video. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, career. And oh, did it lag? No. Peace. Now I'm gonna end this in some way. Let's see here. Check out my latest video. Oh! Check out my latest video. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. Subscribe. Whoa!